Hey, Brigham with Drift. Today we're talking about the Jones Flagship. If you're watching, wondering if the Flagship is a good board, it is. It's a classic freeride board. I loved it. But before I get into the specifics, you got to know where I'm coming from with this board in particular. So, as a tall, skinny rider, I have doubts about snowboard size charts and how accurate they are. At some point, I'll probably make a separate video sharing my thoughts about that. But I've been testing boards that were too small and testing other boards that are too big. I want to see what they feel like for me, for my riding style, for my size. And this is one that I sized up on. So I'm 185 pounds, 11.5 boot. And Jones says I should do the 159 wide or the 162 wide. So I jumped up to the 169 wide. In short, I loved it. I thought in most cases that it wasn't too big at all, but that sizing up will affect my thoughts a little bit. So first thought is, I was always a little bit afraid of the Flagship. I thought it was a stiff, aggressive plank, but this is not that. It's approachable. If you've seen my video of the Aviator 2.0, I think this is like the exact same board, but with a more forgiving camber profile. So you got that rocker in the tail, rocker in the nose, and a bunch of early rise, plus some taper and some setback. The Aviator is better in hard snow. It's better in a freestyle situation. This is more forgiving, a little easier to turn, and better in soft snow. Very similar feel. If you like to ride reasonably hard and fast all over the mountain, nothing to be afraid of here at all. Second thing, similarly, I was surprised by how nimble it is. Even sized up as much as I was, I thought that this thing was just going to bomb and that's it. Just, well, if nothing else, this thing will go super fast from point A to point B. But turning this was not a problem at all. It didn't feel slow edge to edge. It didn't feel cumbersome to swing it around. I mean, to be fair, I was in steep snow and, riding pretty fast. I don't know if it would be as good if you're in mellower snow or you're going slow. But you get up to speed and it turns just fine. Nothing to worry about. How does it float? In this length, and if you set it back, this thing floats as well as a lot of POW boards. Might not be quite as good in a more standard size, but it's really good. You compare it to a full-on POW board like the Weston Japow. I rode that in a 169 wide as well. If it's deep and soft, the Japow is going to do a little better, but it should. It's a totally different shape. The benefit of this is, if you're a resort rider, once that powder's tracked out, this shape is a lot more versatile, and it's going to be more fun for the rest of the day. Which brings me to my fourth point, which is that I think this is just a very versatile freeride board. So setting aside like jibbing, maybe setting aside a day where you're just only hitting groomers or East Coast ice. If you want to ride bell to bell all over the mountain, you like to ride reasonably hard and fast, you got some soft snow, this is going to be an awesome option. You can size it down a little bit if you want it to be a little more nimble. Maybe want to add some freestyle flavor in there. You can size up if you want more float or you want it to bomb. Just a really great all-around freeride board. If I'm going into the backcountry, if it's pure soft snow, I'm probably going to take a full-on POW board. But if it's variable or I'm into some more bigger mountain situation type stuff, this would be a great option. I'd love to have this in the quiver in a 162 wide and in the 169. So that's the Jones Flagship. Thanks for watching, and hit us up if you got any questions or comments.